Exodus 23 continues God's instructions to Israel, still part of the Book of the Covenant. In this chapter, the Lord reveals how His people are to live with truth, fairness, compassion, and devotion to Him. These commands show that holiness is not just about worship, but about integrity, kindness, and justice in everyday life. God began by warning His people to always speak the truth and avoid injustice. Do not spread false reports. Do not join hands with the wicked by being a malicious witness. Lies destroy communities, so God called Israel to live with honesty and integrity. They were not to follow the crowd in doing wrong or show favoritism in judgment. True justice, God said, must be guided by truth, not pressure, popularity, or personal gain. He continued with practical examples of mercy and goodness even toward enemies. If you come across your enemy's ox or donkey wandering off, be sure to return it. If you see the donkey of someone who hates you struggling under its load, help them with it. This was radical compassion, a call to do good even to those who oppose us, showing that love is stronger than hate. God then spoke about protecting the poor and vulnerable. Do not deny justice to your poor people in their lawsuits. Keep far from false charges, and do not harm the innocent or the righteous. The Lord hates corruption and bribery because they twist justice and silence the truth. He also said, do not oppress a foreigner. You yourselves know how it feels to be foreigners because you were foreigners in Egypt. These commands revealed God's heart, that His people should be kind, fair, and compassionate to all. Next, God spoke about rest, a rhythm of life that reflected His care for creation. For 6 years you are to sow your fields and gather their crops, but during the 7th year let the land rest and lie unworked. During that year the poor could eat what grew naturally, and the wild animals could feed on what remained. This was God's way of teaching generosity, stewardship, and trust in His provision. He also reminded them about the Sabbath. 6 days you are to do your work, but on the 7th day you shall rest, so that your ox and your donkey may rest, and the slave born in your household and the foreigner among you may be refreshed. Rest wasn't only for people. It was for everyone and everything under their care. Even animals and workers were to experience God's rhythm of peace and renewal. Then God commanded faithfulness in worship. Be careful to do everything I have said to you. Do not invoke the names of other gods, they must not be heard on your lips. The Israelites were to be loyal to the Lord alone. No compromise, no mixture with idols. Their lives and words were to reflect wholehearted devotion to the one true God. God then established 3 annual festivals, special times of worship and celebration. The Festival of Unleavened Bread, remembering their deliverance from Egypt. The Festival of Harvest, when they offered the first fruits of their labor. The Festival of Ingathering, at the end of the year when the harvest was gathered. These feasts reminded the people to thank God for His provision and to remember His faithfulness through every season. No one was to appear before the Lord empty-handed. Worship was to be joyful and generous, full of gratitude. Then God gave a powerful promise. He said, I am sending an angel ahead of you to guard you along the way and to bring you to the place I have prepared. This angel would represent God's very presence, to guide, protect, and fight for Israel. Pay attention to him and listen to what he says, God warned. Do not rebel against him, for my name is in him. If they obeyed, God would bless them, protect them from sickness, and drive out their enemies little by little until they fully possessed the land. He told them not to make covenants with the nations or their gods, for compromise would lead to corruption. Instead, they were to destroy idols and remain faithful to Him alone. God's plan was to give them victory, not all at once, but step by step, teaching them patience and faith as they grew strong. Exodus 23 shows that God's law is built on love, truth, and balance. He calls His people to justice and mercy, to rest and worship, to faithfulness and obedience. Through these commands, He was shaping Israel into a nation that would reflect His character, a people who live differently because they belong to a holy God. Join us next time in Exodus 24 hours, where the covenant is confirmed and the glory of God appears on Mount Sinai, sealing His promise with His people.